Ever struggled to place your data inside a sentence? Like trying to fit puzzle pieces into the wrong shape? With Python string formatting tricks, you can make strings dynamic and beautiful. Say goodbye to messy prints and say hello to polished output. Hello everyone, I am Arati. Welcome to my channel. This is the fifth video of Basic Python tutorial series. In previous video, I have covered basic concepts of string like how strings are stored as an array, immutable nature of the string, escape characters, and string concatenation. In this video, you will learn how to use the classic percentage operator, the dot format method, and modern fStrings to make your output dynamic and clean. Let's dive in. First, we will see what is string formatting. String formatting is a way to insert variables and values into a string and controlling their representation in a clean and readable way. It is something similar to fill in the blanks in the sentence. In Python, there are different ways through which string formatting can be achieved. We will see three main approaches of string formatting. First one is string formatting with modulo or percent operator. Second, with format method. Third one, with formatting with string literals, which is also called as fStrings. Let's go through them one by one. Formatting with modulo or percentage operator is the oldest method in Python. In this method, we create placeholders with percentage operator. For strings, we use percentage %s. For integers, we use percentage %d. For float, we use percentage %f, and so on. Let's see the examples of this approach. So in this cell, I have created three variables, my name, number of semesters, and last year's score, and I have assigned some values to it. After that, I have created a sample text, which is also called as a template text, in which I have added these placeholders. So my name is percentage %s, my graduation program was percentage %d semesters long, and I have scored percentage %f in the last semester. The values which we want to be replaced for these placeholders are sequentially provided into bracket, like my name. This is the first replacement that we are looking for, percentage %s. Number of semesters, values of number of semesters will be replaced at the place percentage %d, and last year's score will be replaced where we have specified percentage %f. So now let's see what's the result or outcome of this. So here you will see my name is Arati, my graduation program was 8 semesters long, and I have scored 98.55 in the last semester. Now let's see one more example. So in this example, I have created a variable example number. I have assigned a value as 35. Then I have created different string templates with different percentage or modulo operator combinations. So here you will see example number as int equal to percentage %d, and I'm passing the value as example number. Then we are printing this example string. Similarly, on the next line, example number as float is equal to percentage %f. And again, we are passing same example number that we have created in the beginning of the cell. And then we are printing this example string. Then we have example number as character is equal to percentage %c. Then again, we are printing this string. Then example number as hexadecimal number is equal to percentage %x. And then we are printing this string. And then example number as octal number, percentage %o. Now let's see the outcome of this cell. So one by one, if we see, first print statement is giving us the result as example number as integer is equal to 35. Then the next print statement is giving us example number as float is 35.000. Then we have example number as character is equal to hash. So the number 35, when it is represented as character, it is represented as hash. Example number as hexadecimal number So number 35 is converted into hexadecimal number, and after conversion we are getting 23 as the result. Then example number as octal number. Number 35 is converted into octal number and 43 is the result of the octal number conversion. When a string contains these special characters like new line or tab, etc., and we want to extract that raw content of the string, then we can use %r to get the raw representation of the string. Let's see this with this next example. So here in this example, in sample text, we have added two new line characters in between the two sentences. Like I am new to programming, two new line characters, and then I have started learning Python, two new line characters after. Now when we are going to print this sample text with specifying %s, we will see what or how the result looks like. And when we are going to print this with %r, where we want to have the raw representation, let's see how the outcome looks like. So let's execute this. So here you will see the first print statement is giving us the result as I am new to programming. These two new line characters, because of this, we are getting two new lines added in the outcome, and then we are having the next sentence, I have started learning Python. And after this statement also, we have two new line characters. So it has again inserted two new lines after this sentence. However, when we have representing this sample text string with %r, this is how it looks like. I'm new to programming, two new line characters. I have started learning Python, two new line characters. Also note that it has included the single quotes into which this particular statement or sentence is enclosed. So this way, percentage operator can be used for string formatting. However, this is the oldest approach and it is not recommended anymore because we have more efficient approaches in Python now. Second string formatting approach is by using format method of the string. Format method was added in Python 3 to handle formatting more efficiently. Placeholders are added inside the string template by using a pair of curly brackets and calling format method, and by passing values to be replaced with placeholders as arguments to the format method. Let's see with some examples. Here we have created the three variables as we have seen in the example above, and in sample text, which is a template text, we have created or added three placeholders, that is a three pair of curly brackets like my name is curly bracket, my graduation program was curly bracket semesters long, and I have scored curly brackets in the last semester. The values that we want to be replaced, we are providing it like sample text dot format. We have called a format method on the sample text, and into bracket we are passing them as an arguments which we want to be replaced with the placeholders. So for first pair of curly brackets, we are passing my name as an argument. For second pair of curly bracket, we are passing number of semesters as an argument, and for the third pair of curly brackets, we are passing last year's score as an argument. So let's see how the outcome looks like. So here you will see my name is Arati, my graduation program was 8 semesters long, and I have scored 98.55 in the last semester. In next example, I have added the numbers into the curly brackets. If you see, my name is curly bracket 1, my graduation program was curly bracket 2 semesters long, and I have scored curly brackets 0 in the last semester. In this case, the placeholders will be replaced by the values of the argument of the format method based on the argument position. So, placeholder with 0 number will be replaced with the value of the first argument which is passed to the format method. The placeholder which is having number 1 will be replaced with the value of the second argument which is passed to the format method, and placeholder which is having number 2 will be replaced with the value of the third argument, which is passed to the format method. Let's see the outcome of this. So this is, my name is Arati, my graduation program was 8 semesters long and I have scored 98.55 in the last semester. This approach of providing the numbered placeholders is called as positional arguments approach. We can also provide the placeholders with specifying the name. That is what we will see in the next example. So again, we have the same three variables created with the similar values, and in sample text, you will see my name is, curly brackets is having a name as user underscore name. My graduation program was, curly brackets, number of program semesters long, and I have scored, into bracket, user last year score in the last semester. Now when we are passing the variables to the format method, so we will need to specify the same name as we have in the placeholder. So for username, we'll need to specify the name of the argument as username, and then specify the variable name or the value which we need to be replaced. Then we have number of program semesters, which is our second named argument, and then we are passing the number of semesters, which is this variable, as a replacement value, and then user last year score, which should match with the third named placeholder, and the value that needs to be passed is last year's score. So let's see the outcome of this. So here you will see, my name is Arati, my graduation program was 8 semesters long and I have scored 98.55 in last semester. String format method offers a good readability and flexibility, especially when the placeholders needs to be referenced by indexed or named arguments. Format method is useful for lazy loading, which means it allows delayed evaluation of the string. That is, values are not inserted until format method is called. Hence, it is useful for creating the reusable string templates, and which can be populated at later point of time. Next string formatting option that we are going to look into is by using fStrings, or also called as formatted string literals. Formatted string literals or fStrings were introduced in Python 3.6. It provides a concise and readable way to embed the expressions inside the string literals. The string is prefixed with character f and use a pair of curly brackets to enclose the variable or expression to be inserted. fStrings support eager loading as opposed to the lazy loading of the format method. That is, the data should be available at the time of creation of the string. Let's see with some examples. In first example, fString is created by prefixing f with the string literal hello. We have not added any placeholder here yet. Let's execute and see what it prints. So it is successfully executed and it has printed the string literal hello. In next example, fString is created as greeting with fString variable and a placeholder is added as a username into a curly bracket. Username is a variable that contains value Arati. When we print greeting with fString, Arati will be replaced with the placeholder username and we'll get the output as hello space Arati. In next example, variable math question with fString is created as fString and with a placeholder as math answer. When this will be executed, it will replace the value 15, which is nothing but the value of math answer variable, at this placeholder, and let's see the result of executing this cell. So when 3 is multiplied by 5, the result is 15. So math answer placeholder is replaced with its value as 15. With fStrings, we can not only add variables as placeholders, but expressions as well. In next example, we have created fString with placeholders number 1, number 2, and third placeholder we have created is number 1 multiplied by number 2. So this is the final fString. When number 1 is multiplied by number 2, the result is number 1 into number 2. So let's execute this. So here we will see the result as when 5 is multiplied by 7, the result is 35. Next, Python string formatting also provides us the options. How can we represent the numbers numerically? For example, if we have floating point numbers, how many decimal points we want to represent or display? We want to represent a number with 1,000 separator character or not. It also provides us the option to align the variable as per our requirement, whether left aligned, right aligned, or center aligned. So let's see some examples of these cases. Now in this example, fString contains a placeholder USD INR rate, and along with that we also have a colon and 0.4f added inside the bracket. This instructs Python to replace the value of USD INR rate in this fString with 4 floating point numbers. Let's execute and see. USD to INR conversion rate is 85.7200. So we can see it has given us the USD INR rate value into 4 floating point numbers. In next example, again we have an expression as a placeholder where number 1 divided by number 2. And again here we have added colon 0.6f into the curly braces of the placeholder. So when number 1 is divided by number 2, the result is number 1 divided by number 2, and we are instructing Python that I want result having with 6 floating point numbers. So let's execute and see. So when 100 is divided by 7, the result is 14.285714, which is nothing but it has given us the result in 6 floating point numbers. In next example, we will see how to add 1,000 separator for very big numbers. So for that, we will need to add a separator after the colon. So here in fString, we have current world population is, and we have added a placeholder for a variable population count along with a colon and 1,000 separator as comma in this case. So let's execute and see the result. So you will see current world population is this big number, and after every thousands number it has added a comma. Similar to above example, let's check another 1,000 separator which Python has provided to us, which is nothing but the underscore. So current world population is population count colon, and we have added a underscore as a 1,000 separator. Let's execute and see the result. So here you will see we have got the numbers separated with underscore. If we want to see a numerical value in a scientific or a exponential format, then Python provides us a way to specify it. Like we'll just need to specify colon E after the variable. So let's try to execute this example. So here you will see the result that we are getting is 8.233439 and exponential plus 0.9. So this way we have represented a number in a scientific notation. When we want a number to be represented in percentage style, then in placeholder we will need to add a percent symbol after colon in the placeholder. So I scored a numerical value, let's say 0.95552, and colon percentage in the final exam. So let's execute this. So this is the result that we are getting. I scored 95.52 and zeros percentage in the final exam. If we want to specify that how many decimal points that we want in a percentage, then after colon we will need to add point number of decimal points that we are interested. Let's say I have specified 2 and then percentage in the placeholder. So let's try to execute this. So the result that we are getting is I scored 95.52% in the final exam. In Python, fStrings also provide us a way to specify whether we want the variables to be right aligned, left aligned based on our requirement. And also the number of places for the alignment can be specified. So in order to achieve this, after colon in a placeholder, we'll need to specify greater than symbol for right alignment, less than symbol for the left alignment, and caret symbol for the center alignment. And how many spaces we want to have this alignment for can be specified after greater than, less than, or caret symbols. So in this example, we have specified we have total 60 students in this class, and for 60 after colon what we have specified is greater than symbol and 10 spaces. So which means total 10 spaces, within total 10 spaces this number 60 will be right aligned. So let's see after executing this. So we have total 60 students in this class, and you will see the number 60 is right aligned and there are some spaces which have been added towards the left hand side. Let's see it for left hand alignment. So we have total 60 students in this class, and after colon we have specified less than symbol with 10 spaces. So let's execute this. So the result is we have total 60 students in this class and 60 is left aligned, and we can see there are blank spaces towards the right. In next example, we'll see the center alignment. So we have total 60 students in this class, and after colon we have given a caret symbol and 10 spaces to specify that we want a center alignment for the number 60. Let's execute this. So we have total 60 students in this class, and we can see this number 60 is center aligned. Similar to the first formatting option as modulo operator or percentage operator, where we represented a number in a character format. With fStrings also, if we specify C after the colon in the placeholder, then we can also represent a number in a character format. So here I have created a variable alphabet character number 85, and in fString this is the format that I have specified, the character of number alphabet character number. So here it will print it as 85 is alphabet character number colon C. So in this place this is going to print the character representation of the value alphabet character number. So let's execute and see the result. So here you will see the character of number 85 is U. We can also call different Python functions from placeholders. In Python, we have a len method which provides the length of this string. When it's called from a placeholder, this function will get executed and the result is provided as the outcome. So in this fString, the username contains, in a placeholder I have added or I have called a string function len, and I have provided the variable as username for which I want to know the length and characters. So let's try to execute this and see the result. So the username contains 5 characters. So this way we have covered 3 methods of string formatting. I hope this was helpful.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who is just starting in Python. Post your feedback and questions in comment section. Keep learning. See you in the next one.